Hi everyone, it's Jen from Thrive here. I wrote an article that was shared on our thrivehdc.com website and blog and through our email newsletter and was floating around Facebook and had a great question come in to give a little more clarity around how I was able to navigate and maneuver the situation that I shared. And so I thought that I would share a little insight with you into that. So the article that I wrote talked about an experience I had with my kiddo in a grocery store. And basically, it was a lifetime navigation of both of our HIOSs, or our Human Internal Operating System. And it was really interesting how it all came up. It's just, we're both trying to have a healthy lifestyle and do it within our budget and all of that good stuff. And so we're going to go check out a new store that could help us do that. So everyone was game. Get into the store, start shopping some, and then all of a sudden, just this, it felt like defiance to me, or obstinance came over my kiddo. And it was, I don't trust this store, I don't like this store, we need to leave this store, I'm not going to eat any of the food from this store. And what that did was trigger a couple emotions in me, which thankfully, due to my work and knowledge of HIOS, I was able to identify that, but I didn't really change my behavior right away. What I did was I kind of thrashed the cart around a little bit, tried to rationalize what she was thinking or try to get into what was going on, and wasn't really working. And so what I did was I really tuned into my inner truth of a love. When we are in a situation that's triggering us and we find emotions coming up in us, and we can view those emotions as messengers that we are not experiencing the situation the way that we would like to, it allows us to go into some of our other components and try to align them so that we are experiencing the moment the way that we feel more comfortable, the way we feel most us. So I was able to connect to my inner truth of love and understand that everything is a love or a call for love. Thanks, Marianne Williamson. And really look at it as what's really going on here. I established boundaries. I said, we are finishing this errand. I said, the food that we buy here is going to be eaten, and that's the way it's going to happen. And I did that in a loving way. What I believe that allowed her to do was spend some time with the heavy emotion that she was feeling, which I don't really think had anything to do with the store. And so the question that came up was, how do I tell for myself or for someone else if what's showing up as a behavior or a sharing of emotion is actually what's going on? Because of my experience of knowing my kiddo and knowing me and knowing how we interact, I could tell that the reaction had to do with something deeper than the store, right? It was a heavy emotion, it was a big emotion, something was being triggered, and it wasn't what seemed to be so on the surface. So I was able to remember that the situation that we were in and experiencing did not warrant the reaction that was happening. So it was that overreaction that clued me into the fact that there's something more going on here, and it allowed me to sit with that heavy emotion of what it could be for her, and also give her the space to figure out what it was for her. And she did.